Hello and welcome back. Thank you so much to everyone who's been listening and also those who have been helping me out by contributing some awesome fucking stories and opinions the last few weeks. I just kind of, started this as a place to kind of air out some insane ass stories, but it's become just so much fun for me and I've loved the feedback that I've gotten with it. I've had some people reach out to me directly about how much they love the podcast, and it's been seriously fucking amazing. But, that's my little short spiel. Now, as always, I do just want to put it out there that this is not safe for work, which means probably don't listen to this at your job or even the gym unless you're big into blasting it in your headphones, and then go ahead and blast away, you crazy fuckers. But really, I love all you guys, and this week I'm doing a little bit of a different kind of episode. No worries, I'll still be sharing some personal experiences because that is the whole reason I even started this. But this week, I really want to discuss something that I've even struggled with defining. As you can probably tell by the title, this week I'm going to be talking about friends with benefits versus booty calls. Mainly, what's the difference and where do you draw the line between when you're strictly a booty call with someone to being friends with benefits territory? I know in my past experiences, I've had some really hard time defining this line, but I'm gonna try. So, yeah, let's dive right the fuck in, shall we? I'm not a stranger to booty calls or even friends with benefits. And I have this thing where I can't keep a guy interested in me longer than 3 months. I don't know why that seems to be the magical number, but it always seems like after about 3 months, whatever we had ends in a, you're a great girl, but let's just be friends. I have literally been friend zoned by a good amount of guys. And also, if I say the word literally too much, sorry, I just, in my general speaking, always say that word. I don't know why. But this is what I call some super short-term relationships, if they can even be considered that. I usually tend to let my heart do the thinking when I find a really attractive guy and I get attached relatively quickly, which sucks, especially when they end it because they just look at you as a friend. Sometimes it's mutual. And honestly, there was one time I was the dick in a relationship and I ended things for friendship. But that's definitely a story for another time, which I will 100% share. And it's probably going to be the only one that I have that I will use an actual name for. Super sweet guy, just didn't fucking work out. Mostly because I'm a dick. So I give this little backstory just so you can kind of see how shit I am at this dating thing. And I know that I've stated it about a billion times how shitty I am at it, and I'm going to keep stating it because it's still a thing. After having it fail time after time, I kind of like to give my heart a little bit of a break. Now, I have had many boyfriends tell me in the past, as things were coming to an end, that I am a cold-hearted bitch and that I can't show my emotions, which can actually be super true. I can have a problem sometimes, but whatever. I do have feelings. Like, I really do have actual feelings. I just like to bury them extremely far deep down until they're not seen by fucking anyone, because it helps me in the long run. But, that's just me. But these are not the guys who have broken up with me for friendship. These are more of the serious relationships where shit went fucking south. But whatever. So I decided that when I just don't want to deal with feelings, I would instead turn to having friends that I just kind of fuck. Because for me, I feel like it can be a way that's a little less messy. You don't have expectations beyond fucking. But then it got me to thinking, what do I define as a friend with benefits or just kind of a booty call? So for me, the line can get a bit blurry since the majority of all my friends are males and I have slept with a good portion of them. I look at me having more friends with benefits than booty calls of anything. Now, I'm not saying that I fuck all my guy friends because I don't. I definitely have plenty that I have not slept with. I just have fucked a majority of them in the past, and we've just kind of remained friends over the years. But I think in order for it to be a friends with benefits situation, you need to have like the basis of a friendship. Like you hang out outside of actual sex, be it at the bar, watching movies, literally just going out and doing normal friend shit. I have quite a few of those. There are guys that I know I can hang out with and it just not be super awkward thinking, hey, you've been balls deep inside me. It can be instead like yeah, you've been balls deep inside me, but let's go like fishing or to the movies or something. In the years that I've been single, I've had a good amount of friends with benefits, and I really like to keep it that way so that I don't need to worry about who to tell, like why I was running late, or, not feeling bad about blowing someone off because I was busy and had plans. I've had boyfriends in the past get kind of pissed at me because I'm a busy person. I work a lot. I have a kid, whatever. I really am busy, and people would get really frustrated with me when I'd either flake out on plans, break plans, be like, yeah, would love to hang out, can't, busy. It has gotten me into a lot of fights with boyfriends because they can't understand that sometimes. I'm a busy person, whatever. And then, then I get called the cold-hearted bitch because I don't give a fuck. So, it's a surefire way for me to get my needs met and still remain the single, independent woman that I am, because fuck yeah. But it really is the best setup for me personally, anyways, as long as you can keep the feelings separate, which I'm sure can get messy when you're fucking with a friend, and someone could wind up developing feelings. I would be lying if I said that I've never had that happen to me, and then I usually try to remove myself from that situation because, again, like I said, I like to bury that shit way deep down there. And really, the only way anyone would know my true feelings would be if I got shit-tanked and decided to express them. Tequila is one hell of a fucking liquor, you guys. Also, as the day I'm recording this, today is National Tequila Day, so I'm not partaking because I don't need that shit. But on the other side of that is the booty call. So the way I look at a booty call is that it's a person you literally only have in your phone to fuck, be it at midnight or 2 a.m. Just a person that you wouldn't hang out with in public because you only want them to get off. Someone you don't talk to on a daily basis. And, these can maybe eventually morph into friends with benefits if you decide to keep it going and create a friendship with them. So for me, this is why that line is blurred, because I've definitely had a few guys where I strictly wanted them only for sex. And I'm really picky about how I like my sex anyways. And, somewhere along the way, it kind of turned into like a friends with benefits. People I definitely hang out with public, but I'd also definitely fuck them in public too, if, I had the chance to, but I really don't want to, end up on a registry. So be careful about that, people. So how do you differentiate? I can't even fucking say that word. Differentiate between the two. So that's honestly your call. I've had people that I have fucked all of one time and just never spoke to again. And then there's people I've fucked quite a few times because, come on, they're fucking amazing at what they do and they absolutely deserve a callback. And then there's the guys that I've fucked on and off over the years. Those are the real friends with benefits right there for me. Guys that have been around for a while and who have seen me through some weird and some wicked shitty times. So I've kind of developed these lines and had these people come into my life, for many times over the years. It did get to the point one year that one of my friends wanted to create a draft. And I know that I briefly mentioned this on a previous episode. I was going through a phase. I'd just broken up with a really kind of shitty boyfriend. Not kind of shitty. He was wicked shitty. Let's be honest here. And I had, little to no self-confidence, which can happen if you're in a super shitty relationship. And, just a lot of stuff happened that I really just lost self-confidence for. And I know that it can happen to quite a few different people. So, the only way that I knew how to make myself feel better, besides chopping all my hair off and dyeing it bright ass red, which again, red hair phase with girls. Avoid them at all fucking costs, guys. But the only way I really knew how to make myself feel better was through sex. So I made a few new friends, kind of started hoeing around a little bit. I was going out every week drinking, and then I make plans to hook up with these dudes. And at one point, it seemed as though I had a guy for every single day of the week. It got bad, or good, depends on however you want to look at it. But in order to keep track, they wanted me to kind of create like a mini draft. Which, for whatever. Another one used to joke that which day of the week guy I was seeing. So like she'd be like, "Oh, is this Monday guy or Tuesday guy?" She was kind of a dick, but I love her anyways. It was funny. It was kind of interesting. It made me feel better, and I fully believe that everyone should have a hoe phase in their life. For me, it kind of extended into multiple periods of time, but come on, sex is fucking awesome, you guys. And to be fair, I do know the name of every single guy that I've slept with, minus one. But we can't all be fucking perfect. So I do keep a list, to be honest. It's not a secret list. I've told people about it, and I have it like literally on my phone. So if people really, really, really want to see it, they can. Whatever. I'm not going to share it with you guys because, no, that's a little too much information. And again, I don't like to use names, and everyone I've slept with knows who they are. But a few of those guys on that list are definitely booty call material. There are guys that I've fucked once or twice, but don't speak to anymore, or I speak to them extremely rarely if I do speak to them. I did actually have a guy once who I would fuck, and then he randomly stopped talking to me, like just out of nowhere. I did learn he ended up getting a girlfriend. It's a thing, which is fine, but like, don't drop off the planet. Don't like ghost somebody. Like, my thing is if you're gonna stop talking to someone, be open and honest about why you're stopping it. I fucking hate ghosting. I've done it. I still hate it. I'm a piece of shit sometimes. So yeah, he is definitely somebody that I would call a booty call. But like, out of nowhere, he messaged me probably like 5 months after he stopped talking to me. And this goes back to the apparently people in my life like to disappear and then fucking reappear. And he wanted to hook up again. And I guess it's because his girlfriend that he broke up with was super boring, and he's like, she's not as fun as you. I mean, come on, I'm fucking awesome, so I get it. He, like I said, he's definitely what I call booty call. He was super handsome, really, really fucking good looking, super tall, and just not really super smart. Part of why he was also booty call, not boyfriend material. I would love to fuck him. Did not ever want him to open his mouth and speak. He was just like so fucking dumb. So that's where I stand. I have a few booty calls, and I have a whole bunch of just friends with benefits. I don't lie to any of them. They all know where I stand. And of course, they know the deal when and if I ever get a boyfriend, or I start seeing someone super seriously. Once I'm seriously seeing somebody, like, I completely cut off every other guy. I don't like to fuck around on guys. It's just not my thing. But, single me is completely no holds barred kind of a hoe. Recently, my hoe ways have taken a dip, which is fine. I'm okay with it. I'm still getting what I need. That's not more. I don't want to share any more information about that. Just know, still getting my needs met. Extremely less of a hoe right now. But I am safe about it anyways, and I'm not shy about loving sex. So now that we've had, my opinions on shit, I decided to kind of ask around to some of the people who have been sharing like opinions with me or like been sharing kind of stories with me too. And I wanted to know what they thought, where they drew the line. And I also asked if anyone had either situation, and they're kind of like personal opinions on it. So I had like quite a few stories or just like quite a few opinions. They're relatively short, but I will absolutely fucking share them with you. So we're just going to kind of go right into it. I'm shitty at fucking transitions, so sorry, guys. One girl felt that with the friends with benefits is when you see a person more than once, which would be more than a booty call. She had a former friends with benefits, but they would see each other about 3 times a month, if not a little bit more. I completely agree. You would see a friend with benefits more than you would see a booty call. I have had consistent friends with benefits over the years. One more in particular, I don't know if he listens to. If you do, hi, how's it going? And you know exactly who you are, because I've probably said it many times over the years. Most consistent person I have fucked with. So another one is just yes. Anyways, continuing. So friends with benefits is having a friendship and hanging out with other people, going out in public, and do they just happen to sleep with each other? Whereas excuse me, that was gross. A booty call is you literally just have sex, but you don't have any connection in public. This girl has had both, and because she lives more with her heart than her head, she's really struggled with, booty calls and ended up getting more invested than she should have. I personally have not gotten more involved with a booty call. I've definitely had more feelings for friends with benefits than anything. And again, like, I try to separate myself out from that situation when I'm 100% not ready to do that, especially because sometimes it can be more one-sided than most. Another one had a really good guy friend in an open relationship, and they occasionally fucked but were super good friends. And they talked every day, which made it a friends with benefits situation rather than a booty call. So, I could see that too. And then, someone else's, a booty call is someone who you only call when you want sex and don't really talk to each other any other time, versus a friends with benefits is more like a friend you have sex with. You hang out, go spend time together, especially outside the bedroom. So I did have a guy send me kind of his side. I asked another person, and all they said was the line is a little gray. You know who you are. That's why I asked you multiple questions, and all you said to me was, it can be a little gray area. That's all. I asked you like 3. I'm done. I can't even keep going into this. Sorry. So he said that he draws the line between a friends with benefits and a booty call this way. Friends with benefits is when both parties agree that they're only just using this to relieve sexual frustration, because they both each other, they enjoy each other both sexually or physically, one or the other, or, both, whatever. And this is kind of important, is that there's no emotional attachment to it, which I agree. You got to keep the emotional attachment out. It's hard. It's a hard thing to do. So a booty call is when neither have talked about it. One party does not find the other party sexually relieving or physically attractive, and the counterpart does, or the other person is looking for a relationship and isn't in it just for the sex. And the line is very thin, and it can be mixed between the two, because a friends with benefits and a booty call seem very similar. So in short, a booty call is when only one party gets satisfaction in it, and the other, friends with benefits is with both. The last one that I'm going to share is that a friend with benefits is a person that they enjoy spending time with doing activities other than having sex, where sex is just kind of a bonus. A fuck buddy is kind of like a regular booty call with who the entire relationship consists of an on-demand sex for both parties. She can booty call her friend with benefits, and she can booty call her primary partner, and she can booty call her fuck buddy. Her friends with benefits is not just a booty call or a fuck buddy, and her fuck buddy is not there to watch movies and go to Target with her. Totally agree. Your fuck buddy is probably not going to go with you to Target. So now I did have a girl pose a kind of interesting question to me, as does the term dick appointment, is it a booty call or a friend with benefits? For me personally, I feel as though if you're calling it a dick appointment, it's a booty call. I did actually have this happen to me. I have been propositioned for a dick appointment. And when I say that, I mean I had an ex who apparently thought that my stress in life could be relieved by making a dick appointment. To which I said no, because what the fuck, dude? Really? His exact words, actually, and I'm quoting this, is, "I just can't see how a dick appointment wouldn't make this all better for a bit." Seriously? Fucking no. Come on. But the general thing I've noticed people all agree on is that the friends with benefits tends to be more with someone that you have a friendship with and connection, and you just added sex into the relationship without it actually being a full-blown relationship. While like a booty call is just someone you rarely ever talk to and is just there to take care of your needs. I think that everyone at some point will have one or the other, or even have both. There are those out there who haven't had either of them, and that's, totally okay as well, to each their own. Or if they just haven't had the opportunity, I am sorry. I've been thinking, I've been super thankful in my past history that I've had a bit of both to kind of fill in my gaps of relationships. I am more of a relationship gal than anything, but sometimes that shit just doesn't work out. But I love being an independent woman. I like the empowerment I get from being really aware of my own sexuality and going out and getting what I want. I like that I have friends that I can just feel super comfortable around enough to embrace that sexual side with them without judgment, or the weirdness that you can sometimes get after fucking somebody. I have had a little bit of awkwardness before, but not with the friends with benefits section, just in general. But seriously, thank you guys so much for listening. And like I said, this was definitely not one of the crazy story episodes. There's not always going to be some crazy episodes, but they're always going to be interesting. For me, this topic honestly has just been stuck in my head, and especially with my experience with both ends of the spectrum over the years. So I really wanted to do it. To everyone who's been supporting me, you're kind of the baddest asses on this fucking planet. And I seriously wouldn't keep doing this without the love and support from you guys. I'm having a fucking blast listening to your stories, mostly reading them, because I've had a couple people tell me them in person, but those are my own like personal friends that I meet with on a daily basis. And I'm loving how relatable they are to my own. Realistically, I really can't wait to hear more fucking crazy ass stories from you guys in the future. I really can't wait to keep sharing my own. Unlike every other week, I actually do have a topic for next week already settled on. So next week, I'll be covering some dating experience that were less than good. And when I say that, I'm not trying to be a broad terms. It's mostly dealing with things that people gave people a bad vibe, be it the person came across creepy or things were going really good, but then something made a switch and you decided to end it. I will be bringing in a story about a guy who got too aggressive. It's not going to be as funny or anything as the last few have been, but I kind of feel like it's an important topic to cover, especially in this day and age. There's so many stories out there, and there's so much just shit out there for people, especially with the online dating world in general. I know I've gotten plenty of things in my own personal inboxes on things that just like blow my fucking mind. If you have any stories or anything you'd love to share, please feel free to message me. I'd absolutely love to hear them. I'm going to be setting up a separate email for this podcast specifically by next week's episode, which can make those who don't actually know me personally be able to share stories with me or even suggestions of topics that they really want to hear covered. And on another note, I wanted to share that this podcast is officially on multiple streaming sites. I worked my goddamn ass off to figure out how to do it because it's not easy for myself where I'm not as knowledgeable about it and I'm fucking winging it. It's up on YouTube, which I know a lot of people are watching it on now. I got it up on Spotify, which is fucking kick ass. And it's also on Stitcher, as well as the Blubrry, which is my normal hosting site, which is actually what I started this on. What I was sharing, the very first episode I shared with that specific link. I'm still waiting on the Apple Podcast. It's just not there yet. They fucking take forever, apparently. But seriously, thank you, everyone. I fucking really love doing this shit. It's been a real treat for me, and I'm sure it's been an interesting experience for my neighbors because their bedroom borders my bedroom, which is where I record this in. And they get a free listen to me talking extremely loudly about my sex life because I do this with a set of headphones on to block out all the fucking noise around me, which means I talk super loud. And it's those poor people. So this wonderful fucking train wreck is going to keep on going. I want you to have a kick-ass day or night, depending on whenever you're fucking listening to this. And seriously, keep sharing this with your friends. I love corrupting the ears of as many people as I possibly can. It's great. I know I've said thank you about 1,000,000 times, but seriously, fucking thank you guys. This has been awesome. And I love getting messages about people who are enjoying it. It's really nice to hear. So yeah, tune in next week when I bring you some kind of creepy ass story. They're not going to be creepy. Well, the people in them are creepy. And just seriously, if you have any stories at all, if you know me personally, awesome. If you're listening to this on YouTube, I think you can send a message through YouTube and you can just or just even comment below on the video that this will be attached to in YouTube. Seriously, I want to hear your stories. I think it'd be fucking awesome. If you have any stories about some times that people super creeped you out and you either just didn't go out on the date or you went out on the date and they did some creepy ass shit, I want to hear it. I live for this shit. So yeah, thank you so much for listening and I will talk your fucking ear off next week.